Happy Sunday night, everybody. Welcome. I about said Rogues Gallery Live, but it's not Rogues Gallery Live. That's going to be on Wednesday.
That's Wednesday.
But anyway, welcome everybody to our live Unleashed unboxing. It feels like we just did one of these, Dan.
It's deja vu all over again.
It is indeed. But this time we're not doing Samurai Batman. This time, obviously, we have Harley Quinn.
We do.
And this is actually, I forgot that we actually already did this. So this is actually our second live unboxing because we already unboxed yours on the channel.
That's exactly right.
So that was a lot of fun. And now, obviously, we're going to be unboxing mine. And I was just talking to Dan before the show, and this is a piece that I was a little hesitant to get because not just myself, but I've heard a lot of other people in the community say, they feel like maybe this one it doesn't fit in as well as some of the other pieces in the line. It's maybe a little less samurai. I've heard people say, well, it's real samurai up top and not samurai below the waist. You know, I've heard these different things. And so, obviously a big thing for me is the pink, whether I think it'll fit in the collection. Now, I know Dan has sworn by this thing. He absolutely loves his Harley. What sells it for you? I'm sure you probably have the same feelings about the pink and some of the other things.
Absolutely. So first, let me say I was sold when I saw it in person at New York Comic Con.
Bingo.
Right. So like many pieces, seeing them in person is completely different. Right. So that was a big one. But a couple of the things that I mentioned about the Batman when we did that the other day apply here. And that is the anatomy is perfect. Right. She's scaled perfectly. I've seen people ask in the Facebook group, does she scale well with Batman? Absolutely 1,000%. She scales perfectly. Her anatomy is perfect. You see the unmasked sculpt I have displayed right now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful portrait, right? Feminine, but not like a doll, and so she looks, just a little bit off, like Harley's supposed to look. But absolutely beautiful. And as far as the rest of the statue, you have Easter eggs galore here, right? All the way from, you'll see when you unbox on from the back bumper to the front fender, just complete, a complete story being told, as you like to say in your reviews. But she's awesome. And the other last thing I want to say is the pose, right? Just completely different than anything else we've seen in a statue. She has kind of that Harley, not stereotypical, but typical, she's kind of doing the thing where she's got the mallet behind her back that we see now so many times on a Harley statue, but the way she's seated and everything, I don't know. I think she's awesome.
Well, we certainly never have had a Harley on a Vespa, so that's something different, a little motor scooter. And obviously this piece, I think, was designed to go with Catwoman.
I think she's a great compliment to go with Catwoman, no question about it. But, you said something, I watched your Batman review this morning. And one of the things you said really struck me and struck me as very, very true. These statues, you can't think these represent ancient samurai, or these represent steampunk, or these represent this, or there is no one category that you can lump these into.
Right.
They have elements of ancient samurai. They have elements of traditional Batman mythos. They have elements of kind of futuristic that you mentioned in your review. And it's just this kind of mashup and it's art's in the eye of the beholder. To me, very, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, it's just this weird hybrid. And that's what I think makes it so incredibly different and unique. And like I said the other night, like I was looking for different in my collection. I was looking for something that's not the same old, even though there's nothing wrong with the same old, because I still collect the same old too, but it's like, like you said just a minute ago, it's like, I feel like once you see these in person, it changes things. To quote the Joker forever, it's just, it really does.
It does.
And it makes you really appreciate, what XM has done with these pieces. And
one last piece too on that that applies to the in-person notion with these, and I think you've, based on your review of the Batman piece and of Deathstroke, I think you've experienced it as well. One thing, before you see these in person, they tend to, I don't know if this is just me, they tend to look smaller in video and pictures. You see them in person, and there are two words in our collecting hobby right now that I hate: One is Grail, one is Presence. It's completely overused, but they do have a presence that's unexpected. They're a little bit larger, I think, than most people expect when you see them in person, and they have a little bit more impact when you see them in person. So, there's that positive.
It's funny to me because having not owned XM for a very long time, I would see an XM piece a lot of times, and I would think in photos, that doesn't look very good paint-wise.
Yep.
But then when you get it in hand, it's like, well, holy crap, I'm completely wrong.
Yep.
And then what I do is now I'm looking, okay, I look at Deathstroke, and then I look over at my premium format case. And then I look over at Batman, and I look over at my premium format case.
Yep.
It's such a difference. And it's not, I mean, both are still good, but it's just so different in all of the bells and whistles you get with the Samurai line.
Completely agree. And, Batman, as many swap outs and so forth, that one has, I think you're going to find the bells and whistles are taken to a whole new level with this Harley statue. As you're going to find out.
And it's cool. And there's only the head swap outs, right? I mean, there's not any other swap outs with this piece really.
Oh, no. They just loaded it all in the rest of the statue. Yeah.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting. Well, I do want to say hello to some folks real quick before we get started. There's 70, or actually just jumped up to 86. Thank you guys so very much for being here on a Sunday night of all things. And again, thanks to Dan. Give Dan some love. Give him a thumbs up for being here with me tonight. Once again, unboxing this together. This will be so much fun. I want to say hello to some folks. We've got Vic in the house. He says this is going to be epic with my favorite Harley. That's awesome. Vic, do you have this piece? Felix says, can't wait, Dan and BSC, the dynamic duo. I like that. Maybe that could be our new shtick. We're the dynamic duo. I like it.
Batman 1 and 2.
There you go. I like it. One face box is here. We got OMFG Rick. I love it. KohnHead Collectibles here. Welcome to you, sir. We got a Brotherhood member in the house. Mike is here. He says, sweet evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing great. We're doing great. Keith is here in the house. We've got Chris and Logan, another Brotherhood member. Thank you for supporting us, guys. Congratulations, Chris. The rabbit hole. You go. I've definitely jumped feet first, without a doubt. We got Ro in the house. We've got Julia here. Hello, Julia. Thank you very much. We've got Martin. Team Mitchell, another Brotherhood member. Thank you very much. Matt T, another member. It says, evening, everyone. Congratulations, Chris. Absolutely love this Harley. Thank you very much. Another member, Steven. What's up, Chris? Hope all is well, and congratulations on losing 70 pounds. That's amazing. Yeah, I did post that, I think maybe yesterday. But yeah, I'm down 70 pounds in my weight loss journey, so that's exciting. I'd still like to lose a little bit more, but again, it's it feels great to get some of that weight off. That's for sure. Josh B is, definitely rabbit hole. We've got El Loco in the house. We've got Juan, Nicholas, Joe Latore. Going to give him a shout out right here. This is who I bought this Harley from. Also bought the Deathstroke, and I believe coming tomorrow should be my Joker as well. So I'm excited about that. That'll be my fourth piece. But again, it's all thanks to Joe. Give Joe some love. He made me some incredible deals, a really amazing detail on this Harley. So anyway, thank you again, Joe, very, very much. And I think, I don't know if you still have them, but we still has, I think maybe Batman Shugo, Nightwing, and Robin. I know he was selling those. So if you're interested, you might hit up Joe here in the chat, and he might be able to hook you up if you're looking. And if you're watching this right now, Dan and I are still looking for an Ivy at a good cost. And also I'm looking for a Bane. I know Dan's found a Bane.
Yep.
Anybody else you're looking for?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And I'm probably looking, I'm still iffy, but I'm probably looking for Catwoman too. So we'll see. I really like her. I'm still not sure about the bike, but I love her.
She's a tough find too.
Yeah.
It's funny. I heard you talk about Ivy too in your Batman, toward the end of your Batman review. And if you get your head around, like it seems you have, the futuristic, present, and past elements of these pieces, you have no problem having that in your collection because the bike is stunning. I mean, it's really, really nice, and she's off the charts. So it's a nice piece, and it's not a space hog, even though it's a quarter scale motorcycle. It's not a space hog.
In my head, like, I've got the shelves. And if I keep the shelves, I kind of think I'm going to put if I get Catwoman, let's say, I thought about putting Harley and Catwoman over here, where they would be the two bikes, and then Batman and Joker maybe up top, and then over here the more samurai-looking one. So I thought maybe if I could fit maybe Bane and Ivy and Deathstroke together, I feel like those are more samurai-looking, more traditional samurai, but still all part of the same line, and just to have some separation out there. So we'll see how it goes. Although that doesn't give me, I don't know what I'm going to do if I get the Scarecrow or the Penguin or the. I don't even think I could do the Penguin. I don't think I have space for him.
Red Hood.
I like Red Hood. And I get what did I say? Scarecrow, freeze. If they do, obviously they're going to do a freeze. So I might have to build something new for just these, I guess. Eric B is in the house. Hello to Eric, another member. Thank you very much. Obviously a member of Rogues Gallery Live. You'll see him Wednesday night. Let's see. We've got, who else is here? We've got CC3PO. Another member, thank you for being here. This whole line looks incredible. This piece reminds me of the Japanese kawaii culture. It looks great. Congrats. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's really neat because this line does mix so many different elements of, we just think of samurai as a whole, but there's all these different pockets of culture that's really, they're well thought out, all of these pieces.
Yes. Yeah.
Dylan is here. Hello to you. Thank you very much. He's getting a Batman Who Laughs this week. That's exciting. Are you getting the Sideshow piece? The Spider. Congratulations, Chris. You're moving fast on your samurai line. XM statues are like Lays. Can't just have just one. That's true. I love it. I've got Toad in the house. He says, hello, everyone. Hey, Chris. Hey, Dan. Excited to be here. And let's see this. Thank you very much. And thanks for being a member. This one, due to the colors, will definitely stand out in a collection room. Yeah. Do you find that this is your brightest piece in your collection, would you say?
Yes. And it's funny. What's funny is I have him next to my second brightest piece, which is Robin.
Oh, yeah. He is pretty bright, too.
Pretty bright. Beautiful colors on Robin. As a matter of fact, we just said hi. Oh, there's Eric right now.
There he is right there.
On the screen. And Eric has said this is his favorite piece in the Samurai collection.
Oh, really?
Robin. Yep.
I do remember him saying that now. That's
incredible. Another one, Robin was on display with Harley at that New York Comic-Con I was referencing, and saw him, and his base is off the charts too. It's a bell, and it's kind of this copper bell that's got the a little bit of the patina on it, the aging, the green, and it's just beautiful. But I have her next to him. I've actually got her between Batman and Robin up high, and she looks great.
And I think you gave measurements to Eric because it was just maybe a little too big, maybe.
It's definitely so. Robin is Eric was looking for something around 15 inches, and unfortunately, at his shortest width, he's 16.
Yeah. It's bigger than he appears. That's another one that doesn't seem like it's that big.
All of these are that way. I'm telling you, there's not one where you say, "Oh, that's smaller than I thought." All of them. I'm looking at all of them, and they're all that way.
Yeah. Captain Trenchcoat's right. Feet first. Yeah, you dove in head first. Yeah, I definitely did. That's for sure. It's all collector. Lots of money to be spent. Yeah, I've already spent a lot of money. And these are not cheap. And again, I do this like, no, help me, please. With my wallet screaming. Because if I'm going to buy Ivy or Bane, like all of those are hard to find, like Dan said, and they're not cheap.
Nope. They're not. And that you mentioned Catwoman, and I had the darndest time. I was very, very lucky to do a deal with a collector in Costa Rica, actually, to get my Catwoman.
I'm always, a lot of these seem like they're overseas in other, far away places.
Yep.
And shipping, like I was quoted the other day, something was shipping. I think it was like $800 or something like that. And like, I don't want to spend $800.
I won't do that.
I can't, but it does seem like they're available other places, but again, the shipping is just,
they're hard to find, man.
Killer.
And they're hard to and hard to find from, collectors that you're comfortable doing a deal with.
You want to kind of know, like I knew Joe already. I knew I could, trust Joe. And so I knew, I didn't have to think twice, I didn't.
No, that's awesome.
So that's very awesome. Felix says, hey, Dan, I'm on the fence about Joker Orochi. What do you think?
Do it. I'm looking at him right here. He's awesome. Extremely impressive piece. The Orochi is, as if you haven't seen my review, Orochi is an 8-headed snake, mythic snake that is real Japanese lore. And it's massive. Actually, Chris, you did a review of it too. You had a demo unit there.
It's funny because that Joker is from Joe. He sent it to me to review. I sent it back to him, and now I bought that exact same one.
And now it's coming back.
No, it's coming back again. So it's the exact same Joker that's coming back in the back.
Yeah,
I think it's hilarious.
Do not hesitate on him. He's a very, very impressive piece.
Big piece.
Yeah, huge piece.
Way bigger than you. Yeah, way bigger. So it's crazy how big he is.
Yeah.
It's just insane. I do want to give a shout out. I did just read that too. Bob Saget died tonight at 65.
My wife was just telling me that before we went live. Found him in his hotel room. So I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what happened there, but sad.
It's very sad.
Yep.
Let's see. I think I'm definitely behind on the comments, but anyway, we'll get started here, guys. Let me make sure I'm caught up here. Vic says, is there ever going to be a statue with Robin and Batman, but replace Robin as Harley, or is there already a statue like this? It does seem like Harley is kind of the new sidekick in some of the comics that I'm reading right now. I'm reading, I can't remember which hardcover. I can't remember the name. It's the one with kind of the weird looking scarecrow that George Jimenez is doing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I can't think. He's got the wicker hat and the...
Yeah, not Batman's grave.
No, I think it's the one. It's the one after all the Punchline stuff. It's the one after Punchline's been arrested and put in jail.
Right.
And it's been pretty good so far. I love George Jimenez's art. I'm a big fan of his.
He's a really good artist, and you can catch him on YouTube too. He does quite a bit of YouTube stuff.
That's neat. I'll have to check it out.
Yep.
Well, you ready to get started here?
I'm dying to see what you think.
All right. Well,
this is not one that you've had in the cave, correct?
I've never had this one in the cave.
Okay.
So this is definitely going to be a first time. Obviously, it's a very similar box to the others in the line. I'm going to say it again. I really like what XM does with these boxes. There's no foam in the box. Like there's no corner pieces, but everything seems to be just incredibly intricately cut in the styrofoam inside. Like everything fits perfectly. And I feel like everything really is protected well.
Yep. Yeah, they're awesome. And as I mentioned, that one came to me from Costa Rica, and no problem.
That's quite a trip.
Yep, no problem at all.
There is I was told that there is a surprise in here. From Joe.
Oh boy.
And apparently he's doing it for the Joker piece as well.
Oh.
So we'll see what the surprise is. I think I have an idea. This is the idea. So here it is right here. It's bubble wrap.
Ooh.
So we'll unbox this too.
Joe is saying there is one with the Joker as well.
You what?
Joe said, yes, there is. I think he means there is one with the Joker as well.
Yes, a surprise with the Joker as well.
Yep.
And this is awesome. So he had a bunch of his art prints that come with the statue, but he had a bunch of his framed on his wall.
Oh, nice.
And so he's sending me the two prints framed, the Joker and the Harley, which is really cool.
Because, I forget what they look like. That's so nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly the statue. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
Let me...
From my bat cave to yours, he says.
That's right. Well, thank you very much, Joe. That was such a cool thing to do.
Yep.
Very, very cool. So that, obviously it does come with the prints. But that was very nice to include the frame. And then also we have the XM... I'm assuming these are the instructions. Got all of the parts.
I can't wait to watch you put this together.
Who said that?
Me. I can't wait.
Oh, you can't wait. All right. So this one doesn't have an instruction. This must be like, is there an online how to put it together?
A QR code on.
Yeah, there's a QR code.
Yeah, so you would scan that and it takes you out to a video.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
so there's the QR code right there. So yeah, the Deathstroke had a one of the original booklets.
Yeah, the first bunch of them. The Batman, I remember, came with like a whole background book about how they developed the samurai line.
That's neat.
Yep.
See, the one I bought didn't have that, I don't believe.
Oh, I'll send you some scans of that.
That'd be cool. I'd love to see it.
It's really interesting reading.
It's really neat.
Yeah.
I mentioned this the other night. One thing I love about these boxes is you don't have to take it out.
Yep.
Like you can literally just leave it in here and lift things in and out, but you can just leave it in the box, which I love. You don't have to mess with all the styrofoam and the big weird bag that rips every single time,
Exactly.
Obviously, you got the XM strips, which is just really, really nice. If you've never seen one of these, I just can't imagine these being very expensive. Like, I think that every company should use the straps. So much nicer than dealing with the tape. I'm completely sold on it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. Layer number 1.
Layer numero uno.
Well, that's nice because layer number 1 has the base in it.
That's right. I forgot about
You don't have to. It seems like the base is always the lower, so you always have to
I know, always.
out. Yep. So this is really nice in itself. Oh, the colors are really nice.
Yep.
I'll show you guys what we're dealing with. Obviously, it's a cobblestone street. Really, really nice. This is 162 out of 500.
162?
Yep, 162.
Mine's 126.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
We are pretty much collecting twins.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's what's funny about these cobblestones to me. I love they have a little bit of a shine, just a little, and it reminds me of how real cobblestones, when they're well worn, they have that little bit of shine.
They get smooth.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what it looks like to me.
That's really cool.
Yep.
Let's see. So that's probably the front. Let's make sure you guys can see. There we go. Okay, so we have that. I'm going to lift this out because I think the body is in the lower. Pull it back up here in just a second. Okay.
So Sean in the chat's asking, guys, just to make sure there's no deluxe version of this piece or anything, right? That's correct. There is no deluxe DX, EX, or anything like that. There is just the one.
And really, there isn't exclusives necessarily with these pieces, right? I mean, they are what they are unless you get like a version A or B that includes extra parts, I guess.
Exactly. Yep.
And they've done that with the Batman or Joker Orochi. They've done that with.
And Shugo, I think.
Batman Shugo. I think that's the only two, right?
I'm looking around, and yes, to my knowledge, that's it. Yeah, and they did the they did a Batman Joker combo pack too, didn't they?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think that was a little cheaper, right, to get them both at the same time.
Yep.
Which is cool.
Exactly.
People have been asking me, like, Chris, are you going to get that one? I would love to see it. I just don't feel like I need two Batmans.
Yeah.
I would love to see Shogun. But I think I have. I know everybody loves Shogun, and it is an iconic piece, but like I feel like it doesn't beat the original that I have.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Okay, Chris, Joe is saying, Joe Latour is saying he put the batteries in that big black envelope. The batteries for the light up.
Okay, yeah, I'll check those out too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much, Joe. That was so awesome. All right, here comes Harley. Great colors. The skin is really neatly painted with some red pinks.
Yep. Yep, she looks great.
So I'll kind of bring you a little closer to her so you guys can see her a little bit better. Really beautiful colors here. Obviously, you got some red and blacks. One thing that I'm going to point out, and this since Joe's here, Joe again gave me a great deal on this. There was a little tiny bit of breakage that he knew about and told me about. You can't barely see it. It's just like her corner of her biker short. So that did not bother me any.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I was cool with that. Again, great price he gave me. So thank you very much again, Joe. You know, it's not as bright. I was expecting like a bright red. I'm kind of glad I like the dark color of her.
Oh no, it's definitely a darker red.
Yeah,
the red that's on her robe is different than what's on her shoes. Shoes are kind of almost like a patent leather look that matches the colors on her knee pads. There's a lot of thought that went into it.
I like the little string that's on by her thigh high sock.
Yeah. Yep.
That's neat.
Yep.
Oh, and she's got one on her belt too.
Yep.
That's cool. Okay, let's see. Let's get the
it's really cool
scooter out. It's big.
It's quite large. Yep.
But heavy. All right, so this is the scary moment because it's pink in the Batcave. Pink in the Batcave. All right, let me give you guys kind of a closer look here. It's not as like obnoxiously pink as I was expecting. Like it's kind of a muted pink.
Yep.
But you guys can kind of see how big it is. Of course, you got the bull face on the front, which is fun. And then there'll be a thing that keys in the back there.
Yep.
So that's fun. Let's see how it keys in here. This way. Yeah. All right, that keys in easy.
Yep.
And then she keys in here.
Mike Stainbrook is saying it's all good, Chris. A little color is good.
I know it's freaking me out though.
Yeah, right.
Color.
As collectors who focus on Batman, we don't have tons of color typically.
We don't. I mean,
No.
this is definitely going to be the brightest piece in my collection.
Yep.
Like you said. Does her foot fit right on the bomb?
Right on the bomb. Yes. Yep. Her heel is resting on the bomb.
I didn't have her in quite a way. Now she's in.
Doomslayer is saying reminds me of the Deadpool scooter. That's because it's the same kind of scooter.
It's a Vespa, right?
Yeah, it's a Vespa. It's an older one. So yeah, good eye, Doomslayer.
That's really cool. That's a good point.
Yep.
I bet his doesn't have bull horns on it though.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, again, I'm surprised. Like I was really expecting it to be like this really bright, crazy pink, but it's kind of a muted pink, which is nice.
Yep.
It's nice that her straps on her knee pads match, and even her like wristbands match the color of the bike.
Yep.
Wow,
oh yeah, there's a lot of thought in a lot of colors here.
All right, so you've got some bike elements here. So here we've got Bud and Lou.
Yep.
And a little Joker doll.
Bud and Lou stuffies.
It's pretty funny.
Yep.
So again, very whimsical.
We've got Rodri Aaron Sparrow saying XM products look pretty premium. I would agree 1,000%. They do.
You know, and again, I didn't really get it until I got one in hand. And again, my first piece was the Deathstroke. I'm looking at him right here, and it's, again, just insane. Again, when I look at that piece compared to other pieces in my collection, it's kind of night and day different, the quality.
Yep.
It's just something about it in person. Again, I don't feel like all of the time these photograph all that well. I mean, they do, but you just don't really get it until you see them in person. I was definitely one of those people. Like I just didn't get it at all.
Yep, me too. Me too.
But I get it now. Oh, this is very exciting. Okay, and I don't even know if you have this or not.
What's that?
Do you have this?
I do, but I have to admit I don't display it.
Well, and I don't know if I would anyway because I don't have ones for the other ones. So maybe if I had all of them, maybe. But if you order from XM, is it directly from them or is it?
I think it's within the first so many pre-orders or something.
Okay.
Yeah, early orders got them.
So you get the plaques.
Yep.
And I know that these are sought after.
Yep.
Which is cool. So you got the plaque there, and it doesn't have the. It just says limited edition. It doesn't have the number on it. But again, these were, what did I say? 500.
Yes.
Yep. 500 made. There's a little stand that pops out.
Little kickstand. Yep.
Yeah. So you set it on a table right in front of display.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's neat. I think the only thing that would have made it cooler is if they were numbered. Like if they, if they showed the number of the statue.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a really cool touch. But yeah, so these plaques are fun. It's neat. But I'll be like Dan. I probably won't display it just because I don't have the other ones. And they're not going to go back and make them, I don't think, probably for the older pieces. So that's really cool. It's a nice surprise. All right, let's see what else we have in here. Looks like we've got some. Is it bamboo?
Yes. Yep.
Bamboo stalks.
Those two stalks on the front. Yep.
All right, here's one.
Matt T's asking me if I feel that Harley is different in quality, such as texturing, than other recent XM pieces, as this one doesn't have too much of that.
Is he saying like that's a bad thing, or?
Well, I think he's asking, is it different? Matt, I think the textures are what they should be on the piece, if that makes sense. So for example, her stockings, right? So her legs are kind of front and center on this piece. And, she's got stocking wraps on both. And it's funny, the texture on, I don't know if you can, you won't be able to see this, but the texture on her right leg wrap is kind of like a bandage wrap. And that has one texture. The texture on the stocking, this thigh-high stocking on the other leg, is different, but it is still highly textured. The surfaces that should be smooth, like the patent leather shoes and the knee pads, are smooth. There is a fine texture in her robe that is, I think, intended to be like a silk, right? So it seems to me that the textures are what they should be. One area where you see a great example of XM's texture and paint app is on Mallet head. And I know Chris hasn't put that on yet, but it looks like real wood. You'd swear it's real wood. So I think they're what they should be, if that makes sense. She doesn't have the armor. She doesn't have Kevlar. She doesn't have, all those armor pieces that some of the heroes have. So, you don't get those aspects, but I think she's just what she should be.
She's got a lot of skin, it's.
I mean, she's got smooth clothing, so.
It's definitely going to be smooth. And, like I see like even underneath her robe, there's texturing underneath like that where it's flipped up.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I love the cords holding up her socks. Yep.
And they're pressing into her skin. You can see they look like depressed into her skin.
And there's even like pink underneath it to give it depth.
Yep.
But it really looks like it's real cords.
Yep.
And it's textured. You can feel the texture on it.
Exactly.
So there's definitely texture. I mean, again, you can't compare this to the Deathstroke. I mean, there's just
from a texture standpoint. Totally different. But where she does, I think she matches up well is detail, right? She does not look out of place with the other samurai pieces. That's for sure.
And that's kind of what, we were talking before the show. That's kind of where I was worried is that I feel like as this is added to my collection, I feel like if I add more characters, I think she'll fit in even more. But I think if I just had her in Deathstroke, I think maybe she would stand out maybe in a weird way.
Yep.
But like great texture on the hand. I think this is her only hand swap out. Yep, just like that. Obviously, she'll have the mallet in her hand, and I see the mallet here. Release the pole, and it's bent.
Yep.
So kind of a candy cane pole with a silver tip.
Yep.
And let's see, I think slide that in her hand. See, maybe take her hand off. See if that makes a difference there. How close is the silver thing to her hand? Is it pretty close or is it?
It's about an inch.
Okay. I had that in, now I'm not sure. Angle it right.
I remember doing this statue with you live, and I was sweating.
Yes. I specifically remember that we took forever. We couldn't figure out where the dang bat went.
Oh my God.
You remember?
Oh, I do. Yep.
But we found it.
We found it.
Oh, that does look like wood.
Yep, doesn't it? It's crazy.
Especially, this is all these like holes in the end. Like that looks really good.
Yeah.
And so I was reading up on this, and I don't remember if you said this when we talked about it or not, but I had forgotten. So what they said this actually is like that old game where you flip the ball up into the cup.
Oh, really?
That's what this is.
I didn't even know that.
And so you know that game,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
They said it's an ancient game, and that's what this is meant to be. It's not just a mallet. It's meant to be that game. And that's why there's all these holes in the top, because that's where the spikes go in.
She's been hitting it.
She's been doing the game.
That I had not heard that. So that didn't come from me. Wow, that is neat. So you could put that right up there.
So again, another great storytelling element to it that is part of this. It's meant to be like an old Japanese game.
That's awesome.
Flip it up into the cup.
That is awesome.
I love that it's got the sculpted rope and then the real rope.
Yep, that matches it perfectly.
Yeah, that's twine. I mean, that's very well engineered the way they did that. That's really cool. Now, obviously, this key's in, and this hangs. I'm going to take that hand off just until I get this.
Hey, Chris, the camera is focused on the box or something. It's not focusing on.
All right, hold on. Let me fix that, guys. I'm not sure. Is that better?
Yep, better.
Webcams, I tell you.
Brother Jucka saying, yeah, there's a part in Karate Kid 2 where they show people playing the game.
That's cool. So that just adds a little storytelling element.
Yeah.
To it, which is cool. Let's see. Does that stand straight up?
I have mine straight up and down.
Straight up and down.
Yep.
Make sure I've got that in right. It's wanting to kind of turn backwards a little. Does that look all right?
I don't know. Mine's pretty snug. Does it key?
That's better. Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's tight. Her skin looks nice.
Yep.
I'm kind of getting the down the shirt look right now, so I gotta be careful. All right, I've heard about these, Dan. I've heard that these can be tricky.
Oh God.
Handlebars.
Oh, the handlebars. Okay. What's tricky is Okay, you can see there. So those
These
brake
things.
lines, yeah, the brake lines just rest against the headlamp. At least that's how I have them. I don't have them plugged in anywhere.
Oh, there's a hole.
There's a hole.
There's a second hole. There's the big hole that it keys in, but there's a second hole right beside it.
Oh yeah, I see that now. Actually, that you say that.
I bet that's where the brake. I bet it just if you get it in that little. It's wanting to pop out. Yep.
I just have it kind of resting in there.
See, it wants to key in easy, but then when I try to open that hole, it kind of pops it out. It's like
there's a part of this statue that's more problematic than this, though.
There's what?
There is a part of this statue that's more problematic.
Oh, that's not good.
From an assembly standpoint, I mean.
All right.
And that is the stupid palm fronds.
I've heard that they are pretty brittle.
I broke one.
And don't want to stay in very well.
Yep, I broke one. And to be honest, I actually thought, here, if I take one here, I actually thought they were plastic. And they're not. Nope.
What are they made of?
I don't know, but they're not plastic. And so I kind of figured I could bend, you know, give them a little bit of flex, and they do flex a little, but trust me when I tell you, I snapped one. It's not plastic.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
And they come out of their keyholes really easily.
I'm not sure if I've got these turned around or not. Yeah, they just keep wanting to pop out. But it's the
brake line.
The brake line.
Yep.
Does the front one touch? Does it touch her sleeve thing hanging down?
No.
All right, so maybe I've got these turned around.
It's about mine's about between, I don't know, almost half an inch away. Quarter of an inch to half an inch away. You've got the brake levers pointed away?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm not, that just does not want to, I must have them backwards. That one stays in. Who knew that handlebars would be so complicated?
I find that if you don't, have them at the right angle, they don't like to key in. You know, if you're off just a little, they don't.
Yeah. Well, I might have to play with that. I know I don't want to bore everybody for an hour while we're putting these in. Let's see. I think all that's left in this box, or this part of the box, is, got two things left. That's cool. It's got some chrome and some gold elements, but we've got the Joker face.
Yep, that's awesome.
That's really cool. I like the colors on it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That gold and silver, and then is this like a muffler?
That is exactly what that is.
That's fun.
Yeah, and it's even got the bluing on it from the heat at the end of it.
Oh, that's smart.
Not cool.
That's very cool. All right, so obviously this goes on the back. Oh, that's a strong magnet. And this, I love the strap that's down here holding it.
Oh, right? Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's a neat touch.
Yep. That's what I mean. The statue is full of so much detail.
So that's really fun. It's holding the muffler on.
Yep.
That's cool. That's fun. Okay, I think that's everything from the bottom. I'll put that back in. This is the lantern. And I won't bother with the batteries yet. Again, thanks, Joe. This is the lantern. Do you have batteries in yours?
I do. Yep.
That's very, very cool. It's neat. So that's what the inside looks like. Obviously, it's got a magnet here and then the compartment.
Yep.
For the batteries.
Yeah, just press that button and
I love this lantern.
Yep. Super cool.
This definitely adds a samurai element. Oh, that's a really strong magnet there. But yeah, I mean, that really ties it in. Like, I just feel like this corner especially is very samurai looking with that.
Yep.
All right, we've got the bat next. And again, thanks to Dan, I know where this goes. Goes on the back side.
Yep.
Of the statue, which is cool.
That took a while.
Yeah, that was crazy. But it's kind of like this little hidden Easter egg back here.
Yep. There's Justin Racklin. Hey, Justin, welcome to the show.
Hey, Justin. Wow, that really is a good magnet.
Yep.
This guy got sucked up in it. This is definitely a fun piece. Looking good. All right, should we do the... Oh, what's this? Oh, is this a kickstand?
Yep.
Where does it go?
That goes right behind her left leg.
Does it key? Oh, it does key in.
Yep.
Huh. That's really cool. It's got like a nice silver. It matches the silver underneath. That's really nice.
Yep.
Give everybody kind of a quick peek real quick before we go to the head sculpts here. I'll kind of show you what we're dealing with here. Beautiful. And there's that mallet. It's fun. And there's those holes there right there. That's where we put the complicated pieces in, Dan says.
Oh, God.
Right there. That's right.
Oh, yeah, they're no fun.
Cobbled street right there. That's really nice. Hey, Odin says, first time watching one of your lives. Hey, thank you for being here, Odin. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love it. All right, let's swing it back around here. There we go. All right. And I think we can do some of these palm things. Dan said they are not plastic.
They're not. Not at all.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Be very careful with these. And then one big one.
Correct.
Bigger.
Bigger one, yep.
So I know there's a bigger hole. Is there any certain way they go in, or do you just kind of have to
if there is, I can't tell what it is.
Okay.
The only one I could tell is the one with the bigger key.
All right.
They fall out pretty easy, and like I said, I snapped one putting it in.
So do you think that is just an engineering issue, or?
Well, they are pressure fit, and they should have been magnetized somehow, but
especially if they were, I mean, they were, like that fits in there nice. So I feel like if you put them in before you key it in, I think that maybe helps.
That could be a good plan. That could be a good plan.
Now I've got a weird angle and it won't go in now. Let me see. There's maybe a method to the madness here. Turn it around, maybe. Now I'm not sure if I have this in right now.
The magnet on that big one, the front stock, is extremely strong, at least on mine.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's a strong, real strong magnet.
Oh, yours too?
Yeah, it's strong.
Yeah.
All right, let me try this again now that I've got the right angle on it. Everybody having fun watching me try to figure this out?
I took mine apart to try this with you because I was curious about putting them on. Take the stalks off and put them on first.
I just broke a little leaf.
Did you?
Yep. Man, they're very brittle.
They're very delicate and they don't like to stay in.
Yikes. Well, that looks like it's easily glued.
Yeah.
But still, good Lord.
Yep.
All right, let's see how these go in. Making me nervous.
Probably rightly so.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I suppose you could probably leave them out.
You can definitely leave them out. You could definitely leave them out.
Just dropped out. Yeah, you barely touch it and they kind of come out.
Exactly.
But they're all in. That's something. Wow. Hey, you're right.
Yep.
All right, so that's what that looks like there.
I actually wish they would have just made them plastic, but
yeah, I mean, I wonder why they're not.
Yeah.
So you think they're polystone?
They snap like they're polystone.
Weird. That's very strange.
Yep.
All right. So we're to the head sculpts.
Here we go.
This one is not liked very well. It seems like everybody doesn't like this one, but I actually kind of do.
Yeah, I like it.
I love that she's got dynamite sticks in her hair.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty neat. But I feel like you're definitely, like I said, I really want that samurai look in this collection.
Yeah.
And it's very good. Her eyes are really pretty on this. I don't know if you guys can see it. Of course, you'll see it better in the review. But it's got really pretty eyes. Let's see what she looks like. Now, from what I've heard, is that all three heads are different angles.
That's correct.
See, I think that's really pretty. I think it's really pretty. Again, I can understand why maybe not everybody likes this look, but I like it. I'll probably like the other ones better, but I could definitely see me swapping this out from time to time. That's neat.
Matt T saying all three head sculpts are great. I agree completely.
Yeah, they're all very different.
Yep.
But I think that looks really pretty. Let's see. Steven says, super sad tonight. Hope you're okay, Steven.
Oh, no, he's talking about Bob Saget, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's very sad. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. He's a good comedian. A lot of people don't know, but he was like a super, super dirty comedian.
Oh, yeah.
Like, really dirty.
Chris, we've got one face box asking, do we ever use heat guns for assembly?
I have never done that. Who was I watching the other day? Somebody, I can't remember, but somebody was using a heat gun. There would be one time where I probably needed to, and that was the big bane up here.
Yep.
Because I had to Dremel the crap out of it just to get a key in, just get his foot in. It would not fit no matter what I did. And maybe if I had heated it up, I don't have a heat gun. So I don't know. I just don't. I don't know if it would make a difference or not. I'm sure it might in some cases. How about you? Have you ever done that?
I was trying to think if I have a heat gun, but I haven't used it for that purpose. No.
There is Harley. There, it always tries to focus on my face. So, but beautiful portrait there.
Yep.
Really nice.
I love the braids in her hair and all that. A lot of detail.
Yeah, it's way more detailed in person than it appears.
Yep.
You got all these like little, it's almost kind of like like the Swiss braid kind of.
Exactly.
Which is fun. Got the pigtails. You got some earrings with some diamonds. I didn't even notice those.
Yep.
So definitely get a different look with this Harley. Obviously, this is the more traditional Harley. And again, guys, I will have a better look at it when we do the review. Yeah, and again, you get a very different angle. Yeah, it's very cute and flirty.
Yep.
For sure. Let me bring you guys in a little closer. Yeah, she's real cute. I like that portrait.
Yep. I love the color of her hair too. And it actually, I'm looking at it on camera. It's a slight bit more gold than that in person, or yellow. But it's not overly done. You know, it's it doesn't look yellow. It looks
it looks more like a natural.
Yep.
A natural color hair for sure.
Exactly.
There's a little sharper for you guys. Isn't that fun? Joe says that's my favorite portrait.
Me too. Ditto, Joe.
I really like this one too, although I don't know if this is the one I'm going to use for the display for the most part. I think I might use the next one. We'll see. But yeah, this is definitely the more Harley, or I guess you could say traditional Harley.
Traditional. Yep.
Yeah. All right, let's do the last one here. Yeah, this one is fun.
It's dark, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is like an evil crazy. I'll see if I can point this out, but this is obviously a little bit kind of cross between Harley and Samurai.
Yep.
You know, you got the helmet, which is really, very samurai looking helmet, but it's got the jester things sticking out.
Exactly.
So that's fun. One thing I'm just seeing here is that her lips are black, but also red. Like there's a red sheen underneath it. So it's not just black. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera or not.
It's coming through. Yep.
But there's some red there too, which is really nice. Yeah, the teeth look really good. The teeth look very real. There's kind of like they're real glossy, but kind of translucent, kind of. That's neat. So this is your favorite, right?
It is. Yep. But I display that one most of the time. But the one you're about to put on, I display sometimes as well.
I just think she looks so evil there. I love it.
Yep.
It's just such a different look. It says the face paint is supposed to resemble a panda.
Well, mission accomplished.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, they did a good job. That's very impressive. But yeah, I just feel like she looks kind of evil there and just ornery. And again, like I said, I feel like this portrait is great, but I don't know if this one captures as much samurai as I want it to.
Yeah.
Whereas this one definitely does. So is this one's your least favorite?
Of the three, yeah. But I still like it. I still
like it too.
Like the other two more.
I could definitely see me swapping these out all three the time.
Yeah. Yep.
But again, this one definitely is a sinister look for sure. That's really neat. See, Dominic Smith says out of these three, the first is my favorite. So yeah, she likes
geisha. Yeah,
she likes the geisha, and I do too. I like it way better in person than I was expecting.
Yep. That's
really cool.
And I like they did that one with her mouth closed. Like it's just a whole different look.
Yeah, it really is. You got teeth and teeth. Yep. Brad wants to see her without a head, so I will. There you go, Brad. This one's for you. I'm very, very impressed with the strength of the magnet on all three.
Yep.
It's very impressive. It has a dead president's vibe. Love it. Well, there she is. That's all the pieces. And again, it's amazing how the head sculpt really does give it a different look.
It really does. Yep.
When you're talking about all three. And I like, again, that they're all looking in kind of different directions, although that does it hinder the angle of display a little bit sometimes maybe?
Not how I have her, but I mean,
if you really want to see her, you have to have her at a pretty good angle there if you want to see her straight on, I guess.
If you want to see her straight on, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But she does look good. I really like her. I think she's fantastic.
You think she'll make the cut?
I do. Again, like I still hesitate with the pink. Like, again, I just, how will that look next to Deathstroke and Batman? And I just don't know yet. I think that after I maybe add some more pieces, I think maybe she would fit in more, because right now, like if Deathstroke and Batman to me are like the most like armored.
Yep.
And like this one is definitely not armored. Joker's not really that armored. I mean, he's a little bit. Bane is definitely armored. Scarecrow. I mean, I just think if I add some more of those characters, I think she will fit in more. If that makes sense.
Catwoman. I mean, Catwoman's not armored. She'd look good next to her. But like I said, I've got her between Batman and Robin, and I think she looks great. Although I can see your point about Deathstroke and Batman. I think, I putting her on the other side of Joker or something, I think she'll look great.
Yeah, I do too. Like I said, I kind of think if I put her up there on that side of the shelf, again, that's kind of what I'm looking at.
Yep.
Right now.
Yep.
Again, if I put maybe like an Ivy or a Bane next to Deathstroke, if they'll fit, and then maybe a Catwoman or maybe even Harley and Scarecrow over there or something like that. I'm not sure.
Right.
I still have not ordered Scarecrow. Have you ordered him?
I have not ordered him yet.
What is holding you up?
Space.
Yeah.
Honestly, space. I have a great quarter scale Scarecrow in Sideshow's piece. I really love that Scarecrow.
It's fantastic.
The one actually right above my head. I really love that piece. And so I think about what's coming down the pipe for me. Freeze. I will definitely get Freeze, even though I have the Sideshow Freeze as well. I will definitely get the, assuming it looks great, the Samurai Freeze.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait till we get the reveal.
As you and I were talking about with White Knight, the White Knight on Bat Cycle, I fully expect they'll have the Joker, as they've teased, and Harley to accompany that one. And I would definitely be getting both those pieces. One of my favorite artists, I will definitely get those pieces. So
I think the White Knight is a piece that has to come to the Batcave. I still have no idea where I'm going to put it. but it just feels like a piece that you need to make room for.
It's a monster, and it's yeah. I mean, that's a true centerpiece, collectible. Yep.
Let's see. We got some comments here. Justin says the only thing I don't like is the scooter, as it takes it out of the period for a 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th century. Yeah, I think that's been the biggest nitpick of this piece. But like like Dan and I were talking earlier, is that you can't just think of this as feudal Japan.
Right.
You have to think of it as steampunk, modern, mixed with ancient, mixed with it's just. I don't know if maybe they felt like if they just went feudal Japan, if it would limit what they were able maybe to do.
Yep.
But I could see everybody's point. Like, it is weird, that it's a scooter. But again, I really feel like they did that to kind of bookend Catwoman, which again was a weird decision at the time. People didn't always really like that motorcycle. So I could see where people don't like elements of certain statues, but I think if you add them as a whole, it makes more sense. But if if you just had this as a standalone piece, I don't know, maybe that'd make it even better, because then you wouldn't be comparing it to a samurai Batman necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, maybe.
I do. It's funny. I think this line is one where you can't really go wrong. Like, I mean, in terms of pairing her up, are there better pairings than others within the line? Sure. But I also think that almost any of these could be standalone pieces in a collection. If you've got a favorite character, you're a big Deathstroke fan, or I think all of us are Joker fans, or, whatever. I think they all could stand alone, as individual pieces in a collection. For sure.
Give a shout out to George Raw from Raw Statue Reviews. He has a great setup. Did you see his the door that goes up and down on that thing?
Yeah, he's got those powered shades in front of his statues, which is really cool. I installed those powered shades in my office in this room 2 years ago, and it never occurred to me to put them on shelving units like that. That's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
Whatever size you want.
He said that's his office. So when he has maybe clients in or something like that, he wants to, but then the rest of the day he can just open it up and look at his statues, which is cool.
Great idea.
I really liked how he has Ivy, or I'm sorry, he has Harley, Catwoman, and then Ivy between the two of them.
Yeah.
And it just looks fantastic. It's really, really, they pair up really nicely together for the three of them. Color wise, aesthetic wise, I think with the two cycles and then her in the middle.
Yep.
So I just think if you have the space to do something like that, they definitely can pair up nicely. And then again, you might put, I see a lot of people put the Batman and Deathstroke together because they just look like they're meant to be together. And it's just like Jeff Delaney, that's the way he has his.
Exactly.
Right next to each other. So I personally think the more pieces that I add and the more color from those pieces I add, where right now, like Batman is very dark and Deathstroke is pretty dark.
Yep.
I think that I'm going to appreciate this piece even more because again, the color's shocking. It is shocking in this cave.
Yeah.
Other than maybe a few purples.
Right.
I do have some brighter colors back here now with that Batman. And you can see I'm trying out the other, I don't know if you saw that back there, but I have the other Batman up there. Again, trying to make sure.
There he is. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. Just trying to make sure because I am selling him, but I just wanted to make sure, because again, I really still love that sculpt.
Oh, sure. It's a great piece.
I keep thinking, well, maybe if I had him up there, I can move Batcave and do him right next to Huntress, or I'm still trying to think. But yeah, she's definitely got some pop of color, but it's not. I'll say again that the pink is not as abrasive as I was thinking it would be, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
But she's something special. I mean, this whole line is definitely just something crazy. And again, if you're watching this and you really have the hankering to sell your samurai pieces, again, Dan's looking for Ivy.
We're interested.
I'm looking for Ivy. Bane, and Catwoman. So if anybody has any of those, again, you can email me at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. And Dan, would you give your email one more time?
Yeah, dsd825@mac.com.
So we will definitely take those people off your hands, those statues off your hands, if anybody is willing. Because the great thing about this hobby is trading things out from time to time. You know,
Sure.
we appreciate things like, you know, I said that Dan's my statue twin, and, you know, we've talked about it, that we just really seem to appreciate the same pieces.
Yep.
We have a very like-minded, you know, look that we're going for. And we've traded a lot of the same pieces too, like not back and forth, but we've, you know, like our new 52 Batman, or like, you know, that the Hush Batman, that you had that one too. And it's like, I always have that same feeling, like you enjoy them for a while, and then you still want that rush of getting something new and appreciating something new. And I think we're both definitely doing that with the Samurai line right now, which is exciting. And yes, do we enable? Yes, we do. That's okay. But I'm really glad, because I don't know if I would have taken the risk otherwise.
Yep. Well, I'm glad you got them in hand, and you know, they check a lot of the boxes for the things that you and myself, I mean, and many others talk about in this hobby, and that is in terms of what we appreciate. You appreciate the detail, you appreciate the textures, you appreciate the thoughtfulness that goes into the paint application and drawing out that story. I mean, all these statues just represent two-dimensional art coming into a 3D world, right? So the more of that you can pull out and even build on, the better. And I just think these check all those boxes.
You know, it's, now that you're saying that, like, I think maybe that's why I appreciate it more than a lot of other pieces, because all of these tell that incredible story. Like, they all have this built in, like, you know, you might, you know, the novice person might walk into your room and say, like, so what's the deal with these? Like, why? But there's a story there. Whereas if you just see, well, you know, I'm looking at the Sideshow premium format of Poison Ivy, beautiful statue, one of my favorites. There's not a lot of story going on there.
Exactly.
But, you know, if you question, like, okay, why is he armored? Why has he got swords? It just begs the storytelling element, which I do appreciate. And I guess I hadn't really thought of that until now, but it's pretty awesome. Awesome. Carlos says, just joined. She looks great. Congrats. Thank you very much, Carlos. Let me give you another closer look here. If you're just joining us here. Again, I will have a full review up for you guys here real soon. We also have Rogues Gallery coming up on Wednesday. And I've also got a comparison Prime 1 versus Queen Studios Joker video coming out as well. Got a lot in the can for you guys. Got some room tours and things like that coming up. But beautiful statue. There's no doubt about it. Again, I absolutely understand where some people come from with the scooter and the colors. But in hand, she's pretty darn kick-ass, I'll tell you. I really like that portrait. I think that's fun.
It's awesome.
And again, I just really, really like the samurai look. I just like that look. And that's what's kind of great about these pieces, are that they let you choose.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, you can go really samurai or kind of samurai or not really any at all.
Much at all.
Which is neat.
And they don't lose anything in mixing that up, you know.
Well, like you said the other day about your Batman, you like the regular Batman portrait. On your, where I like the super samurai looking one, you know. Let's see. Ryan says that cove where your 1/3 pieces used to be would be great for all your samurai pieces. Yeah, that's very possible. I've also contemplated moving all of these back to where they were, back in the cove, which could be interesting, and doing something different with the front here, make it a little bit more YouTube friendly. So I don't know. I've got some things that I might do, and I also have the contractor out to measure everything and give him my ideas, and so he's currently working on ideas as well. So I haven't decided whether I'm going to do that, or if I should just, since the samurai kind of works on the shelves, should I just leave it like that and, you know, keep because Dan knows, like, we've had conversations where we're both worried about built-ins because of how the collection rotates. So built-ins could definitely limit.
We've talked about it many times.
Yes, we have. So I think I'm going to flip a coin at some point and figure out what I'm going to do. But obviously, I was talking to my wife about it, and she's like, well, if you don't go built-ins, that's going to save you a lot of money. You know, so I think I'm just going to have to continue to be creative. We'll see.
Well, the good news is you do a really good job, Chris, when you build your display stand. So there's that.
Well, thanks. And same can be said to yours. Yours are so unique and original with the kind of the more, I don't know what you call that look, I guess. It's more like industrial.
Yeah, industrial is kind of what I was going for.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of industrial, but kind of steampunk too at the same time. Exactly. You know, so
the types and the
yeah. So it's fun. So I might do some different things. I've considered opening up my cabinets a little bit, just to give a little bit more display space. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's one of those things where same with my statues. Like one day I'm gonna do this, and then the next day I'm gonna do something completely opposite. So that's part of this hobby, I think, for sure. But anything else you want to say before we kind of wrap things up for today?
I don't think so, man. I think we've covered it.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for spending an evening with me here unboxing once again. And I don't know if you want to do it again for the Joker, but
we have more coming up. Absolutely.
All right. So we got he's coming in Monday. We'll probably maybe toward the end of the week or something. We'll do that. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
But again, we have Rogues Gallery on Wednesday, so definitely check that out. Join us. We might, if the timing is right, we might have a remote in with Daniel Bell on that show. He has opened up a brand new store, a gallery from his hometown. So if that all works out, we might have some Daniel Bell interaction on the show. Otherwise, we'll look at pictures and talk about collecting. So looking forward to that. And again, thank you guys so very much for checking out the video. Please like if you haven't done so. And again, we'll see you Wednesday for Rogue Gallery Live. Good night, everybody.
That was great. See you guys.
Bye-bye. See you in the back cave. Bye-bye.